Good evening, guys. It is I, Pelt Rat Nerd, coming at you with a haul for March. Oof, yeah, back at it again. Yeah, today will be, I suspect there'll be music. You will see figures. You will see the odd Blu-ray, of course, and some weirdness that I kind of want to do because I want to do it. So, if you're still interested, follow me. Yeah. So, um, yeah. A WWE Elite 115 Drew McIntyre. You might ask, why you really bought this? There is an Ultimate right around the corner. By the time I'm filming this video, that is, and that does look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, kind of like it's unnecessary because they are more expensive, and even though they probably are the best version of that character, I don't like him that much. And not for not the elites, and even that, like the elite of Drew that I have is ancient. Believe me, maybe I'll show it in this video. But yeah, it's ancient, so anything is probably gonna be better. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is the current. I mean, apparently he hasn't changed that much. So I mean, yes, yeah, he's still a bearded dude with long hair, chest hair, and the kilt and the Scottish gimmick is still a thing, and the Claymore, because he has a signature move that is called the Claymore, because it's Scottish man, right? Yeah. Drew McIntyre. I knew him as Drew Galloway when he had his very short stay in Impact. So yeah, interesting. I didn't get any of them. Other than I was thinking of getting Kairi Sane, but I have a Kairi Sane that in the sort of pirate outfit, and I kind of like that more. But this is better likeness, the more updated articulation. So it's like so I don't know. Really didn't get CM Punk. Hot take. I'm not a CM Punk fan. I think he's massively overrated. But yeah, yeah, that's basically that. Next one is Elite Series 106, Sami Zayn. Also an upgrade for me, because mine, the one I have, again, I will probably show this at some point during the video. I will give you a comparison, because mine is ancient. I mean, the gear, like the articulation, the everything, it's very, very, very dated. But yeah, I mean, I can't really say that I'm a massive Sami Zayn fan, but I mean, it's like I do like him well enough, and this was an obvious upgrade, so it was like, why not? Pinless double elbows and like the typical sort of. I'm almost sure this old one that I have is actually pre-True Effects. Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Oh well. See the packaging? This is garbage. Again, I would much rather Mattel take out value from the packaging versus the figure, so I'm sure I can deal with that. But it's like, I don't know, next to something like a AEW figure, but that packaging looks amazing. It's a pain in the ass to open though, because without tearing the whole thing to shreds. But like, I mean, it is a whole lot better presentation. So I don't know. Next one, it is also an upgrade. That being Lita. Yeah, because like the Lita that I have is sort of like the whole from the old days of female elites, and the figure is, I mean, for what it is, it was my only one. So what are you gonna do? But it is dated beyond recognition. It is so dated, like. Because like if you didn't know, because it's kind of weird, because having to, I mean, sure, like if you collect modern wrestling figures, you're probably very well aware of when that movement was, when Mattel said today we are standardizing the elites, so between the men and women. I got a huge pop. Not so, but yeah. Look at this. I mean, the likeness to what's Amy is not like amazing, but I mean that's sort of her then, not her now, obviously. But I mean, it's good. It's good. It's good enough for me, right? And yeah, this will replace because the gear wise is pretty similar to the one I have. It just mine came with sort of like an old soft goods tank top thing, which was awful anyway. But yeah, Team Extreme. I mean, she's pretty like synonymous with the Hardys too, so it's like that's sort of where I will put her in sort of my collection as well. So, but yeah, comes with the women's championship. Yeah, and a build-a-figure for Dusty. I probably would not build this because I hate that sort of uniform gear. Also, I already have a Dusty, so I'm good. Razor Ramon. Funny enough, I don't have Razor Ramon. I have a Scott Hall technically, but not Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon. Yes, you have to. Every time it is the law. Every time you say his name, you have to roll the R's. It is like by law. Yeah, don't have an X-Pac. Oh, sticks rather. Here. I do have at least one Ultimate Warrior. But yeah, like this is, at the moment, as I can see it, this is the best deal on the market, I believe. So, very happy about that. Yeah. Modern, Mattel packaging. This is like I weep for people that are mint in box collectors for elites. They're awful. Just plain awful. Yeah. That was almost a. Let's do a movie now. Yeah. Yeah. Dark mystery police movie drama thing. This might not mean anything to international viewers. I think because it does have a specific sort of a English title, right, based on a book. Like pheasant killers, like this would mean nothing. But they're actually really like fucked up, scary, messed up, like depressing, just like in true Scandinavian stories. Yeah, very happy, but we make dark stuff all the time. So to make a long story short, like this was on Netflix, I think for up until like a few days ago. And I saw it then for the first time in quite a while. And I was like, yeah, it is disappearing in a few days. Watch it now. I was like, yeah, I will do that. And I watched like all of them. Like there's like, I mean, the ones that were out, and I think there was like 3 more in this series. And I will try. I think I want to try to get them. This specifically though, I think is out of print or something. Because I had to get them on sort of secondhand, sort of on a eBay equivalent. So, but yeah, I mean, actually, it's a very good sort of typical like he's the veteran, right? He's the guy that probably has been in his job for way too long, just forsake everything else in his life, everything else in his life, except his job that he's very very good at. And you got the rookie, right? That still has some humanity left, right? Trying to sort of mellow him out somewhat and try to make him a bit more personable. And that's kind of the whole dynamic between them as well. So, yeah. Messed up, like, so the, like, school filled out sort of where all the school where all sort of high society people go. And then got decided to become police chiefs and politicians and whatnot, and they're, covering for each other and all kinds of shit. Very, very, yeah, great. Great. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Next one is. Let's just do this. Fuck it. I needed a new gaming mat. I mean, need, that's a relative term. But yeah, like the one I've had for the longest time, like it's too small. That's kind of the point. It is too small. sort of yeah. This should cover like my entire desk, at least including my keyboard and my mouse, so it should work. And sort of, you know what, let's just nerd it up. So I chose the asterisk motif. I think there was like a Harry Potter one too, but gotta represent the Europe, right? But yeah, I don't have a ton of experience with this brand or nothing, but yeah. But this is basically the design. If you was curious, that they have the entire village basically. But yeah, Asterix professional gaming mat, 800 by 300 and yeah, I'm gonna read that. Almost like it. Yeah. Next, this is a recent one, right? This came out like this, yeah, really very recently. Right, the SS figuresc, Naruto Shippuden, yeah, Shikamaru, Shikamaru, yeah. The talk of the town at the moment, mostly because the factory fucked up at least two of his faces. But other than that, like the figure seems to have pretty good reviews overall, and I suspect like Tamashi will get some mileage out of this body. Like I think he can probably do like the entire like you know, they can do all of them like in sort of the tuning in uniforms. They don't change that much, so it's, you know, probably very smart. But yeah, very good. I'm very happy that the Naruto line is back in full force. But yeah, yeah, on the faces, I hear it's because of the change to the different factories. Because you're moving, I mean, because I probably know, right? Some companies are trying to move away from China into like places like Vietnam for manufacturing, and that has, you know, some varying results. Right? Because the thing is that China has been doing this for like 30 years, and they're really good at it. They have all the infrastructure. They're moving over. It's gonna have some growing pains, regardless. But I don't know. QC shouldn't be overlooked. You know what I mean? It's very important. But yeah, Shikamaru. I have the Hinata on pre-order, by the way. So yeah, probably it's gonna be great. It looks pretty good, to be sure. Now for the last two, at least for this video, yeah. As you may have, as you remember, in the previous haul that I did before, yeah, last one, I wanted to try, if that makes sense, Nacelle. They're making sort of Star Trek, and now they're doing the Expanse, and they did Biker Mice from Mars, hence why we are in this mess. But yeah, I sort of just got it, was kind of curious about it, and my final conclusion was that I really liked it. Like, the quality is pretty good, likeness is pretty solid, accessories, all that kind of stuff. It feels like a modern version of the toy that I had as a kid. So it's kind of like, that sort of does what it's supposed to do. And even the old figure from the Lube was like, that proportion was kind of weird, and as usually toys of that era was, right? They were really never like cartoon accurate, like ever. Like something was always weird, the coloring and scale and whatever. But yeah, without further ado, not gonna waste any more time. I bought Moto and Vinny. So the Biker Mice is complete. I now have the figures that I didn't have as a kid. So yeah. Of course I'm making Charlie now too, it's like, damn it, man. I remember, because I have memories of Charlie in like bargain bins at like the toy store right before this line got just erased. So I was sad. But yeah, I do remember that. And yeah, like these figures, the figures are very much made to look like the cartoon, not the toys. I think some people sort of not quite get that on stuff like Vinny's sort of whole face visor thing. Like the old toy was kind of shiny. It's not supposed to be shiny. So it's like, it's just as an example, like, it's not supposed to be shiny. It's supposed to be like, you know. So yeah, I mean, But yeah, very very happy so far. Like they move pretty well. Like I said, they feel like quality figures, right? Articulation. I thought like I thought that those ball hips were gonna be a problem. Maybe because like mentally, when I hear ball hips, I think Marvel Legends or Toy Biz, and I hate those things. They were so fiddly. But like honestly, man, no problem. They work very very well. Like for some off sort of newbie toy brand, they actually are swinging. They are like cooking, as the kids say. So yeah, I'm very very happy. Yeah, like I said, they're not the same size. I think the old ones were. No, that's supposed to be. Yeah. Like even if you watch the show, like there is a clear sort of a smaller guy, bigger guy, somewhere in between guy. Right, sort of. Yeah. Why is a fucking Bonnie Dar sort of smallest, right? The big muscly dude, the comedic relief, the leader, the cool guy. Typical sort of, you know, cartoon character, turtle, toy thing, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, actually has specific bios on it. I didn't know that. But yeah, yeah. Apparently they're bringing it back. Cause like I didn't know that. Cause apparently Nacelle now owns by Biker Mice, not some just company that happened to get the rights to make the figures. They are actually gonna make like new stuff together with Ryan Reynolds production company. That's kind of interesting. Oh well. But yeah, let's see, can I do this? Is that gonna look good? No. But yeah, basically that. That'll be beginning. Continuing on. Okay then, let's sort of as I mentioned, I was gonna replace at least these 3 characters in my collection, but I kind of wanted to talk about sort of broader, sort of why I'm changing it and why it's so nice to have and such. So let's keep going. Let's start kind of simple, right? Because this for the longest time this was my Sami Zayn figure. This is kind of old, to be fair, kind of old. I mean, likeness wise, it's probably not like awful or anything, but like it's not really. I don't think it's. I mean, I can't really see him personally as he is someone else. The soft goods shirt is nice, but yeah, he has the single pinned elbows and the also terrible ankles. Right, this is like I said. If you haven't played with any elites for forever, this is what you're dealing with. In terms of ankle rocker, not great. Even if you soften it off, this is basically all you get. Nothing really functioning. But yeah, pinned double elbows and typical sort of whatnot. This being the replacement for me, right? This is the more sort of modern Sami Zayn. Right, on the likeness wise, I think also pretty solid. Like I can totally see him, right? So even though like you can probably ignore the longer hair and beard, that's kind of aesthetic, but I don't just the actual likeness. It's kind of and the hair is actually soft, kind of, which is not that was kind of surprising to me. But yeah, double elbows. They're pinless too, which is nice. That effectively, like all Mattels now have pinless elbows. The crunch up fine, they work. Nothing to write home about. Unfortunately, though, like the ankles are still the old ones. But I think because this is an older figure, rather like earlier wave. I think they changed it from like at some point like the new CM Punk, and then going forward, that was the one that they sort of because they're updating sort of the ankles because they had to go. They just had to go. But yeah, this is gonna be a nice replacement for me. So yes, I'm very happy about that. And the unsung dog piled on figures of the wrestling line is the female figures, right? For the longest time. These days, though, they are pretty good, so can't really complain. But they used to be so bad. They used to be hard to defend and whatnot. Because this is like these are effectively the same figure, right? At least sort of what they aimed for, more or less, right? And if you didn't collect the elites back then, this is what a female figure would effectively be. Not that I was terrible, but like obviously single elbows because everyone did. But also the wrists were just pegged in. You couldn't change this out. They will also have sort of a fist, sort of weirdly angled, and a sort of palm, sort of open hand kind of angled. Maybe you can do some chops, but that's about it. Or the let's see. Yeah, it's not great. And obviously, things like that. Even when all the male elites from day one, I think, had double knees, these had single. And the ankles on female elites was also terrible. This was also like this is basically just an up and down, not even like a even slightly ankle rocker. So that's that, right? I mean, other than that, it works reasonably well, I suppose. But like, yeah, it's because these were like these cost the same amount of money, and like the male elites started to be like more better value. But the day when the Mattel guys show up on stage and being like, from next year we are standardizing elites, I was over the moon. I was so happy. And hell, just to prove that, like since that point, I have bought more female wrestling figures from them. So it worked for me. So, but yeah, basically this is the probably a good standard for what a female elite is today. If you go the likeness wise, I get this is like if you compare it, like it's not really even close in my opinion. Can you just focus? There you go. Alright, I can see it. Of course, it also has the pinless double arms. They are a bit big, though. I would say that, right? Because she's not that jacked. Let's be real. But yeah, and then we got pinless double knees, right? Which also like they work like amazingly well. I'm not sure that's the pan, so that's the. If it actually can go further, I'm not sure because I haven't tried. But yeah, other than that, like just they work, and even the ankles are sort of improved. Like you get sort of the conchion, but also get sort of the semblance of an ankle rocker. Unfortunately, very much hindered by the pants there. So, but they do work. So at least a whole lot better than they used to. So that's that. The next and the final one will be Drew McIntyre. Right. This is effectively the same figure, or not the same figure, but the same sort of guy, and it doesn't change that much. He's still just a dude in speedos, man. So I mean, hey, obviously he sort of replaced the jacket for a kilt, which makes more sense because the old Scottish thing. But yeah, this one is this did came with an interchangeable head, right? So which is why this is how sort of the hair and the face look, whatever. Like they made such a big deal about this at that time. Now it's just like it's just kind of silly. But yeah, I mean, if I can just try to even kind of do it, like it's not. I can see it, but like it's not. This is unfortunately very very bad. But like you can probably sort of see it, right? Right. But yeah, this thing which I hate, like this is just stupid. I hate plastic rubbery sort of vests and stuff. It's just stupid. But yeah, like single jointed elbows, and they do work, but like and your hinged wrists, right? This is also interchangeable, so you can do that if you want to. But yeah, I want to see this has been in my sort of on my shelf for like ages, so it's not gonna work very well. I think it's probably has stuck by now, but like yeah, like effectively the same thing, right? It's sort of very much like that's all you get. It's just a tiny bit of wiggle. That's basically all you get, right? Which is like, I'm not sure if this was even good for then. Now it's absolute disaster. Because if you, granted, you can look at, like, would you need it? I mean, I think it's just nice to me. But yeah, stability and posability and what have you. Now this is the modern one, right? This is the modern Drew McIntyre. The likeness is basically right there, right? They kind of nailed it. And yeah, this has the pinless double elbows, as you can probably see here, and they work pretty well. Yeah, it sort of has the, yeah, still has to pin the knees though. Maybe that will change in the future. Who knows? But the star of the show is of course the ankles, right? Because this is like, I mean, this is kind of like, if you like, this is basically a standard ankle rocker that you probably would from on Marvel Legends, right? So you can obviously, you can widen the stance properly. You can, do all that kind of stuff, right? So that's pretty great. Yeah, that's that. Back to your regular programming. So, all right then, on to Blu-ray. Firstly, we got The Boys, right? The Boys season 2. As you probably remember from my last haul, I did pick up season 1, enjoyed it quite a lot, and I wanted more. And these aren't hard to get, or anything, no like rears or limited edition print order. None, just just there, get them done. So yeah, very happy about that. Yeah, I got this locally, but it is the I think this is the UK maybe thing. Perhaps I'm not sure how this totally works. It is a region free copy though, so maybe that tells you something. I don't know. But yeah, very happy. I will probably pick up season 3 eventually. As now the season is obviously over, so it's, yeah. Heroes aren't born, they're made. Yeah, cool. I completely missed the boat on this whole thing because it's such a, yeah, because the whole Amazon thing. Because I wasn't ready for another streaming service, and also not just for The Boys. And then I was, well, don't you like Lord of the Rings? I do, but not Rings of Power. I don't want it. So yeah, I mean, hey, right, just something different. A superhero team that isn't what we have seen for like 20 years. Just on theaters, in theaters and whatnot. So I'm very happy about that. So yeah, the disc is loose, not good. Hopefully, it's not a problem. The Blu-ray discs tend to be somewhat more resilient than DVDs, so fingers crossed and such. Next one, some anime. Naruto. Alright, this is set 2, I guess, technically. Contains episode 28 to 55. Please focus. There you go. Yeah, I think I had part 1 or set 1 in the previous set, so, but yet they really got really expensive sets, really. So I'm just kind of slowly roll. But yeah, I mean, because you even hear that how is there a point in getting animation on sort of high definition that does it actually matter? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Thing is, I like Naruto, so it's actually sort of top 3 shows for sure. But like, it's, as much as I love Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball in general, Naruto I always thought was a better show, just as a world or whatnot. The Dragon Ball is cool, but it's like super simple. It's like Goku and friends, usually just Goku fighting random things, right? But like here, like, I mean, Naruto, right? That guy is like from one village in one country on that continent. And there were multiple ones, and there have been a war at least like 3 times. There have been 3 world wars by the time the show starts, so like, that's kind of insane. So yeah, I mean, cool. Right, so like the stakes feel kind of high, but it's not as silly until he gets to ship it in when everyone starts shooting lasers at each other. So that's that. But yeah, I mean, old school Naruto, like that's the good shit. This seems like it's gonna probably at least around. I don't remember. Like I haven't seen part 1 in ages. Honestly, from start to finish. Yeah, but the tuning exam and the whole thing, the yeah, just a cool sort of part in the story actually. So yeah. Next one is Digimon Adventure 2, specifically the Japanese voice version. As you may know, the Discotheque, the proprietor of this thing, they have sold 2 sets, one in English and one Japanese, because there's a lot of shenanigans behind the localization and the whatnot, so it's not just a copy paste thing done, unfortunately. But like, I mean, to me it doesn't really matter, because frankly, I don't have that much, if at all, nostalgia for the English version anyway. I watched this one, I watched locally, right over here, like on Fox Kid or something, and that was on English, obviously, and it definitely was not in Japanese. So, but like, it's kind of funny because all the censorship that was done on the Western version just isn't on the Japanese version, which just makes them better in my opinion, especially watching it as a not 12-year-old. So it's like, oh, cool. Japan doesn't give a shit about none of that shit. I was like, damn. But yeah, this will conclude season. Well, this probably will conclude Adventure for me. I'm pretty sure. So it's, even though season 3 was labeled as season 3, isn't really season 3 because it has nothing to do with it. So it's very, very strange, I think. So it's like, I don't know. It's just not a direct sequel, so it's kind of a mistake by the marketers, I think. So it's, yeah. But yeah, Discotheque, do the Lord's work. Next, my one and only 4K for this haul, The Creator. This was, I'd say, this is mostly a sort of a impulse buy. Not really. I know some of it, but like, I was sort of going back and forth on it because, like, yeah, it looks kind of cool, but like also, nah, because it's unfamiliar, right? It's not from a known franchise or anything like that. Not based on like a movie, a book, or as far as I'm aware, or a video game or a comic or something like that. It's just something else, which is kind of cool because it's like we are drowning in franchises at the moment, and that's because most people would say that, oh man, I wish I could get some new stuff. It's like, well, you don't need to wave this in front of your face. Like, come on, if you want more, if you want new stuff, watch the new stuff. Like, and that's all you can do, right? So yeah, about the 4K, there of course were a DVD and a Blu-ray. So this is also the Nordic versions, where it has Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, and Finnish on it. So yeah, I mean, I'm very happy about it. I hope it's at least decent. That's all I hope. I think this is on Disney Plus. I think, seeing as it's a 20th century production, so I'm guessing it's on Disney Plus. If that's more your thing. But like, I just cancelled my subscription to Disney Plus because I realized that I'm honestly only watching old stuff on it, which is just silly. Like, just old episodes of Buffy and King of the Hill and just Simpsons and whatnot. Just old stuff. It's like, this is silly. But it's, yeah. I need a break anyway, so there you go. On to comics. Well, graphic novel, let's just say that. Let's start with the first one that might get me in trouble. Conan. Volume 4 of this ongoing series by Jim Zub. Right, he's still involved. Very, very good. Because it seems to just know Conan, so she's like, cool. Like, That's what everyone wants. Like, I am very glad that, because I think just Conan is in a good place at the moment. Just because it's, the comics are good, right? The scene is good. They are well thought of, I guess, right? They're handled by talented people that knows the that knows the world, that sort of respects it and everything. So it's not, you don't get completely shafted as a fan, or just not weirdly censored, because this is like brutal, and so it's a lot of that kind of stuff. So it's awesome, actually. Very, very awesome. This apparently is very closely related to the Frost Giant's daughter, just from a different angle, and sort of but it's solid. I like it. I haven't read it yet, but I will, because it's like I start and then I just eat it in like no time at all, because like I like it so much. You I usually really enjoy it. I just like, you start and then it's gone, and you're just like, oh, now I gotta wait for more. Fuck. So yeah, very solid, as like, just solid product, I guess you could say, right? And I am very happy that we are at now with Conan. So, because like there's been a lot of superheroes and a lot of stuff in my I don't know, mental space, whatever you want to call it. But honestly, Conan is actually my favorite sort of comic character ever, actually, because it doesn't have any superpowers. You just do it with a sword, and he just fights like crazy as enemies and whatnot, which is really, really cool. You just have like adventures, at sea, and fighting armies and fighting wizards, fighting everything. That's really, really cool. Now, for the next one, we got a Marvel Epic Collection, X-Men, right? Children of the Atom. Unfortunately, technically this isn't, because X-Men is probably, I think for the longest time, X-Men was Marvel's only cool series. What do I mean by that? I think that as much as people liked Spider-Man, Daredevil, Avengers, whatever, X-Men is their cool brand. It's always been their cool brand, effectively. Because you have normies that like X-Men and couldn't give a shit about anything else. But this is obviously not sort of, you can probably see, right? Angel, Cyclops, Beast, Jean Grey, I think. Not Iceman. Not the team that you probably would associate, at least initially. You probably think, where the fuck is Storm? Where the fuck is Wolverine? Where the fuck is where the fuck is yeah. I remember, whatever, right? You know what I mean? Like, so the obvious ones. They come in a little later, I think. I saw the later introductions, because but yeah, lot of heavy hitters, but not the ones that made X-Men famous. That's cool. That's interesting. But yeah, like solid. Like, this is my second Epic Collection, I think. The other one is Fantastic Four. So yeah, I do that with teams, I guess. Next one is also a team. Spoiler. But yeah, I really want to get that Spider-Man set though, because I don't have those early books, and I kind of want it, but they're really expensive now. So hopefully they get a reissue done at some point. Would be cool. Next one, it will be a first. That being Doom Patrol from DC's finest. It's basically a similar format to the Marvel Epic Collection, just from DC. Taking a lot of the a certain run of a famous character from the old days and put him in a nice little package, reasonably priced graphic novel. And yeah, Doom Patrol is actually not a like, it's sort of less cool X-Men, less cool Fantastic Four. Maybe just, I think it's older than some of those, but like, it's just not as respected, because I think it's a bit silly to some people, I think. That's sort of the general feeling, right? So it's just a bit silly, but I mean, yeah. I am I'm really looking at the Plastic Man set, and I heard that there was a Blue Beetle set coming up. I think I maybe get the Aquaman one, because I mean, he's my guy. But so yeah, that's that basically. Moving on. Okay then, this should be the last part. So let's get going. About this one, this is also part in sort of the same series. I should probably see the same sort of cast and sort of same fun format. Obviously, like women in the cage. I think it would be the direct translation. It is not the correct one for the English market, so it should probably ignore it. But yeah, this same sort of Scandinavian sort of police drama. Unsolved cases from like way back. Oh, yeah. Kind of spoiler because the whole pressure chamber is the cage, if you will. So fucked up, but yeah, really very that's fun, but very sort of cool, sort of dark, very depressing sort of crime drama, but very sort of Scandinavian. What we do really well is those dark crime stuff. So yeah. This I bought new, as you can probably see, as it is really in the plastic. This one I bought in from a reseller locally too. So, but hey, yeah, man, people are starting to get rid of their movies and stuff. Like, hey, man, this cost like nothing. This did not. So it's interesting. Just say that. Next one. This is a I think this would be very familiar if you're local. Not at all if you're international, even though I think this was distributed to some extent, limited probably in Europe, because there is an English title for this, a Hitchcliff something whatever, right? Floated by Grumpy, like it's a stop motion sort of puppet style movie from 75, I think, right? If I were to believe this, but yeah, on Blu-ray. There's not a new one. I think this has been available for quite a while, so it's not a new. The DVDs I remember, because that was a big deal when this sort of whole because obviously like Caprino, like he's so famous locally. He was famous. Obviously he's passed away ages ago, but he was famous for creating this like puppet movies from like he took a lot of these like old fairy tales that were locally known and put them onto film. And they're on Christmas. They're on TV every Christmas, like so. But including this one, even though none of them are Christmas movies, which is very bizarre. But yeah, like if anything, this had to be sort of the movie that deserved a Blu-ray version. Like restored, put to widescreen. They had to make like they digitally restore the scene, which some people don't like because it's inaccurate. They probably would rather have it been as it was done and then just have black bars everywhere. But I don't know. Yeah, got some documentary behind the scenes stuff. It's restored. I think you can actually use both, so both are available. So it shouldn't be that big of a problem. And then a bunch of extra nonsense about your documentary, bonus DVDs. Yeah, but like if you want to own this movie, I think this is probably the best way of owning that. So nice sort of gold sort of foil sort of coloring, nice slipcover, right? It is just so very happy about that. Supporting the local stuff, because we don't, as I probably mentioned, like most of us know this, especially if you are local. Like we don't take care of our products or our sort of productions that much. Like do not taken care of, which is unfortunate. There are several sort of small initiatives to get that done, like the Norwegian film classics stuff that I've shown off on some videos here and there. But yeah, so it's not as good as it should be, but it's because if you watch, like if you compare it to something like the American film industry, right? Like being able to get like catalog titles from like Warner Brothers and Disney and Universal isn't that difficult. They usually will make sure to put those out on the whatever format. And even though they can be a bit slow about it or a bit choosy sometimes, it still exists in some way. Well, yeah, sorry, there's no 4K, but there's a DVD maybe, and then here's like, yeah, it's a whole thing. It's very depressing. They should be better about it, and we are terrible at it. So it's imagine that. Now for some music. Yeah, Sepultura, Roots. This should be obviously like seriously. You didn't notice. I thought I did. That's the thing. I thought I did, but as I didn't, I should probably get it, and now I do. So yeah, known for obviously like Rouge Bloody Roots is probably the most famous track on this album. But yeah, like on CD, yeah, shrink wrap. So I got it officially. Yeah, on CD. Like yeah, I like CD, so it's sort of a nice nice standard to have it on. So it's not like this is hard to get or anything. This probably had been republished several times. So, but hey, 96 is probably the album itself. When was this put out? Does it say? Sometimes it does. No, not sure. But yeah, anywho, that is that one CD. Then the joke album. This album cover looks questionable as all hell. I will agree with that, but it's it's kind of like supporting local artists. I could just say a sort of suburban artist, right? So it's very much like he sings in Norwegian, specifically the Bergen dialects too. So it's like the I don't know if we call it sort of comedy rock. So if comedy, because all the songs are very like singing about like his coffee maker blew up and you can't use it anymore. That's sad. Or how he got a lot of lemon flavored soda from his grandma. Like really sort of weird stuff, but then to a rock sort of soundtrack, which is bizarre, but like kind of unique at the same time. So yeah, but yeah, known sort of a niche, so small thing. I'm very happy. I don't know if this is rare or anything, but like it's probably not, because this was easy. This was easy to get. So it's like, eh. But yeah, I'm glad I own it, because I sort of feel like stuff like that should be preserved. Anywho, because yeah, it's a thing. But yeah, that is that. That should be my haul for March. Yeah, I think. If you liked this video, cool. If you didn't, not gonna hold it against you. I see you guys later. Bye.